Hey guys, we are here at Munson Williams Proctor Institute in Utica, New York. Tonight we are hanging with jazz vocalist Tammy McCann. Tammy has been named Best Jazz Vocal Performance by the Chicago Tribune. Tammy is internationally recognized jazz vocalist. Her powerful voice paints pictures and tells stories by merging classical and vocal technique with gospel aesthetic with jazz to create a sound all of her own. Thank you for hanging with us.
Man, thank you so much for asking. This is so great.
Oh my goodness. So let's start with your music. It's a combination genre, all of your own. So how did you come up with that?
You know, it was really organic. I didn't know I had come up with anything until a critic wrote those words in an article, and I was like, I never really thought about it, but I guess all of the influences in my life have kind of come together to create kind of my own sound, I guess.
Oh, that's fabulous. So are you still voice coaching?
I am a vocal coach in Chicago, and I get the opportunity to work with some really great students. You know, I like to say from 19 to 90, everybody loves this music.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Do you focus on all kinds of music, or do you focus primarily on jazz?
I focus primarily on jazz, yes.
Because it's a hard music to sing. And classical is not easy either.
Yeah, it is.
You have 3 CDs out. Like Praise, Urban Nights, Jazz 2. Where can somebody, do you have more than that out now?
So those CDs are, the Urban Nights 3 is Ramsey Lewis's CD, of which I had a feature. And the CDs that I currently have out are, I have Love Stories with Lawrence Hobgood, which is my latest CD. I have Never Let Me Go, and I have Classic. And so all of those can be found on my website, tammymccann.com.
Beautiful. Are you signed with a major or independent label? And if you're not, would you like to be?
I think many artists would like to be with a label. You always want to feel like somebody really recognizes what you do. Currently, I am on an independent label and out of Chicago, so I'm really enjoying making and creating new music.
And you get to have your own say.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. If you could open up for any artist, who would that be?
If I could open up for any artist, who would that be? Oh, I'm going to say Sting.
Oh,
He is like my favorite artist. I am a closet bass player.
Oh,
And
nice.
and so Sting was my first introduction into, being really engaged in the bass. And then Ray Brown and John Clayton, and now my bass player, Mimi Jones, she's my inspiration.
Oh, that's great. If someone could open up for you, who would you have?
Ooh, oh my goodness gracious. I don't know. I love the idea of young musicians, and I also like the idea of being able to do mentorship. As a matter of fact, we were driving down here and we had this whole conversation in the car about how important it is to find a mentor and to have somebody kind of walk you through this world of jazz. Oftentimes you don't have that person to be a sounding board or that person to kind of give you guidance, especially about what it's like to be a woman in this business. And so I guess I would say any young vocalist who really loves the music and just wants to grow,
What's your favorite thing to do when you're not singing or writing?
My favorite thing to do when I'm not singing or writing is cooking.
Oh.
I always said I wish I had a jazz cooking show called Swingin' with Tammy. And I love to cook, and I make up my own recipes, and so I have a little cookbook at home that me and my daughter do.
Oh,
Yeah.
how nice. Do you write your own music, and where do you draw your inspirations from?
These are really good questions, Allison. I do, on occasion, write my own music. I've written more as I've grown in the genre. I draw my inspiration from all the musicians around me, from my mentors as well as the folks that I happen to be playing with currently. We exchange energy with each other on the bandstand, and but as far as and also writing my originals just from also people that I observe, your own personal stories, but also you can really discover a lot just from observing the people around you. I wrote some lyrics to this monk tune called Straight No Chaser. I was on the plane, and this couple in front of me was kind of having a little back and forth, and something about infidelity, and I was like, wow. I mean, it's just a wealth of information if you just open your ears and pay attention. So I'm going to be singing those lyrics tonight, and I call it "I'm Straight, You Chaser."
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Let's see. Was it in like 1996 when you first made your first CD?
That's right. Classic.
Do you still, or do you ever get nervous before you perform?
Every night. Every night, but I find that I'm not nervous, I guess, more or less about my singing. My mentor, John Clayton, he said, don't be nervous, because that's kind of concentrating too much on yourself. Concentrate on the music, make the music your focus, and it will, it'll center you, and so that's what I try to do. And I really, the thing that I want most is to make a connection with the audience, to share some stories that, they can relate to, or that maybe might open a memory for them, and just take them on the journey with me. That's my goal.
That's so beautiful.
Thanks.
What's your favorite song to belt out to driving in the car, taking a shower, doing karaoke?
We were talking about that in the car too. My sister said I'm not allowed to sing karaoke. She said, you mess every song up. You make every song sound like jazz. It's just like, that's just not right. That's not right. So first of all, I'm not allowed to sing karaoke. But if I am, really wilding out to some music, again, I might surprise you. That would be Led Zeppelin.
No kidding.
Black Dog.
Oh my God.
The kids are like, really, Mommy? Because it's very loud and obnoxious. Awesome. Very loud and obnoxious.
So are you on tour now, and what's coming up for you next?
I am. Cut. Okay. Okay, what you just said.
Are you on tour, and what's coming up for you next?
I am on tour. Actually, these are little dips and dabs out of town. I'll be here, then I'll be in Wisconsin, and I'm really looking forward to a residency that I have coming up in July in New York City at Pangea's in the Village. So that's going to be super cool every Thursday in July. And I'm also in the process of working on new music, I have a tour coming up in the fall, which is a tribute to Mahalia Jackson. It's a gospel tour in Europe. And I'm also working on some music that she really inspired in me. Again, I keep talking about Mimi Jones. She is my real motivation, supporter, partner in crime. She's an amazing bassist based out of New York City. And so she's collaborating with me on creating this new project. So I'm really excited about that.
That's fabulous. Okay. We've had so much fun hanging with Tammy McCann tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and let us know what you think of today's show and our guest. You can also check our guest link below. Remember to subscribe, log in, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next. Tammy, that was awesome.
Man,
beautiful.
Thank you so